evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our MISAT Bulletin. And we shall start with our headlines. U.S. allied forces begin final assault on IS in Syria's Raqqa. Death toll from blast in Somalia's capital rises to 189. And moving on to our details, starting with a Syrian profile. US-backed Syrian fighters launched an operation to retake the last Islamic State-held pocket of the northern city of Raqqa on Sunday, after some 275 militants and their family members surrendered. The Syrian Democratic Forces said the operation will continue until all the city is cleansed from terrorists who refuse to surrender. It's worth mentioning that the SDF has been on the offensive in Raqqa since early June and now controls about 90% of the city that was once the extremist group's self-styled capital. Meanwhile, IS still holds parts of Syria's Deir al-Zur province and Iraq's Anbar province, as well as small scattered pockets elsewhere. On to Iraq, Kurdish media says the 3 official border crossings between Iraq's Kurdish region and Iran have been closed. Rodaw news agency, quoting the region's customs chief Samal Abdul Rahman, says the 3 crossings were closed from the Iranian side on Sunday, adding that one semi-official crossing remains open. On the other hand, Iran's foreign ministry says there has been no change to the status of the border. On another front, Iraqi President Fuad Ma'soum met on Sunday with the Kurdish region's President Masoud Barzani in the Kurdish city of Sulaymaniyah to discuss relations with Baghdad. On to Mogadishu's attack. The death toll from the most powerful bomb blast witnessed in Somalia's capital rose to 189, with more than 200 injured, according to police and hospital sources on Sunday. Officials feared the toll would continue to climb from Saturday's truck bomb that destroyed Safari Hotel, which is close to Somalia's foreign ministry. From another aspect, President Muhammad Abdullahi Muhammad declared 3 days of mourning and joined thousands of people who responded to a desperate plea by hospitals to donate blood for the wounded victims. Moreover, Somalia's government has blamed the Al-Qaeda-linked Al-Shabaab extremist group for the attack it called a national disaster. On the other side of the world, Spain's interior minister has called for Catalonia's separatist leader to respect the Spanish constitution and desist in his push for independence for the northeastern region. Juan Ignacio Zoido has said it is not too late to rectify the situation and asks Catalan President Carles Puigdemont to not be carried away by the radical minority he has as a partner in government that has pushed Catalonia to the edge of the cliff. It's worth mentioning that the Spanish government has given Puigdemont until Monday morning to clarify if he did or didn't actually declare independence earlier this week. And going to natural crises, authorities in Britain and Ireland say the remnants of Hurricane Ophelia could bring disruption and damage as the work week gets underway. Ophelia was a Category 2 hurricane on Sunday as it moves northeast across the Atlantic with sustained winds of 105 miles per hour. Ireland's Met IRM says western counties could get gusts of up to 80 miles per hour with heavy rain and storm surges. Britain's Met Office has a similar warning for Northern Ireland and warns of potential power cuts, flying debris and disruption to transport and phone signals. Strong winds could also hit Scotland, Wales and England. And moving on to our economic news. The International Monetary Fund says the world economy is the healthiest it has been in years, but could still use a little help from low interest rates and higher government spending from countries that can afford it. The IMF expects the global economy to grow 3.6% this year, up from 3.2% in 2016. This comes after the 189-member IMF and the World Bank wrapped up 3 days of meetings on Saturday, in which they called on world central banks to protect the fragile global recovery by keeping interest rates down in countries where inflation is too low and economies are performing below potential. And finally, sports news. Roger Federer extended his winning streak over Rafael Nadal this year to 4 matches after beating the top-ranked Spaniard 6-4, 6-3 to win the Shanghai Masters on Sunday. The Swiss 19-time Grand Slam winner, who still trails Nadal 23-15 in their overall head-to-head record, didn't face a break point and started and ended the match with service breaks. From another perspective, the Shanghai Masters is Federer's 94th career title, moving him into a tie with Ivan Lendl in second place on the Open Era list. And before ending our news, let's take another look at the most important headlines for today. U.S. allied forces begin final assault on IS in Syria's Raqqa. Death toll from blast in Somalia's capital rises to 189. And this was the end of our MISAD bulletin for today. Thank you for joining us and see you tomorrow in a new bulletin.